Hey guys, welcome back to another All About Andy video. Guys, before I even say anything, we have reached the year 2009. Woohoo! Insert fireworks, insert special effects, yada yada yada. Yo, me too, bro. I was 4 at the time. Well, I turned 4 that year, so I can't be doing all that. Yeah, alright. So, guys, it's the beginning of a new year. And you know what else is the beginning of many stories? Genesis is the beginning of this one in the Bible. So, guys, we, of course, go back to where it all began. Nashville, Tennessee. Woo! No, hell no. Let's, you love to see it. You love to see it. But Rax, kick us off. Here we go. Yeah. Mm, mm. Whoa. Oh my god. Let's go. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. That is true. That is true indeed. Oh, ooh, maybe. Nice. Ooh, okay, okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that's true. My god. My god. Oh my god. Oh. Hey, you know what? It's better. This is better. We love to see it. Oh, God. He does indeed. That is true. It is indeed. No facts. Oh my. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yep. Mhm. Oh my God. Hmm. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's wanted. What? No, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is true. That is true. You know what that means, though, Braxton, right? Not just that. No, 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 no. Not just that. The last briefcase is the fired briefcase. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Man. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh shit. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. No way. Oh, oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. You love to see it. Oh my god. Oh, oh my god. Um, I have no idea. I genuinely don't. Just don't make Ethan Carter the third the general manager of TNA. Yeah, that's wrong. Honestly, kind of glad. I'm kind of glad. That is true. Any one of these winners is ready to cash in, guys. Yeah, yeah. Uh, mhm. Oh, oh, no. Too much I wait, bro. Does anything happen after this match? Indeed. Oh my god. Yeah, we do. Yes, you did. God. You gotta be joking me. You love to, you love to say it. Potentially so. Indeed. Oh, I would too. Mm. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Yo, where's Mr. Kennedy at? Oh my God. Ooh. Hey, yo. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he is. I mean, you see the, the effect that Kennedy has on Steve Carino. You know, this is a recipe for disaster, especially now that Mr. Kennedy has the guaranteed shot, potentially the guaranteed win over Steve Carino for that global championship should be something that worries the champion. Well, yes, we do. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, he would. Yes, he is. Oh my God. Well, nice. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a wonderful match. Rightfully so. The Black Crime Syndicate. Ooh, ooh. Is it confirmed that Adam Cole's the tag partner of AJ Styles? Oh my goodness. Who knows? Ooh, mhm. Oh my God. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck? Huh? Beautiful. Even flow. It was. Holy shit. Any holy shit moments? Yeah. Paul London hit Tyler Black with 3 consecutive finishes. Oh, okay, I was about to say. I continue. There was also, I forgive you shit. It's not your fault. Oh, oh my god. Wow. Yeah, that is true. Oh, I feel like this whole time, Tyler Black's been a slave to his own mind. I feel like personally, you could have asked me months ago, who's Tyler Black? And I'd be like, yo, he's a Raymond Mantee. You asked me now, who's Tyler Black? A member of the Empire. I don't think I've ever had an answer where I'm like, oh, Tyler Black's the singles wrestler who wrestles for himself, by himself, for his own cause. No, 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 no. This whole time he's been wrestling for someone that's not him. He does indeed, especially with a strong showing against Paul London. That is true. That is true. Indeed, it does. Oh my God. It's 2009, bro.
Hey guys, this is Braxton Andy from the future, aka April 9th, 2026, talking to you guys. In the midst of editing this video, we realized a lot of audio got cut, and also if you notice something different, the new mic is in use now, and it'll be start to get used next week's episode, and from there on, there on forth. So without further ado, without making you guys waste your time anymore with the choppy, shitty audio, I want you guys to enjoy these next bits. As my friend Brax, as always, is gonna cook in TNA and go on for the rest of the pay per view. So I'm gonna let him take it away from now.
Indeed, indeed, as you saw from the rest of the card that happened. So the last three matches sadly got cut. So I will talk about those last three. So start things off. We have the Knockouts title on the line. Velvet Sky, the champion, taking on Mickie James' good friend Evie, who became the contender for the belt. It was a great match between both women. They went a good 12 minutes. You know, hit some good hide spots in there. Evie got a 2.5 at one point, hitting the TTYL. Ending matches goes as follows. Evie's looking, she hits a big like haluva kick in the corner to Velvet Sky, calling for her finisher one more time. But here comes Jessie McKay making her way down to the ring, trying to, interfere again. But here comes April Mendez stopping her. Then Angelina Love, but Mickie James is also here. So it's an all-out brawl. As you can see from earlier, they had their match. But in the heap of the chaos, as the ref is busy trying to figure out, everything that's going on, Velvet Sky uses that moment to unhook the turnbuckle pad. And she, as Dakota Kai, not Dakota Kai, Evie,
Hey man, who's
is looking for another haluva kick to try to stun her even more. She goes for it. She catches her leg in that exposed turnbuckle, hurting her leg. Then Velvet Sky takes advantage of the huge opportunity ahead of her, hitting the beauty mark, getting the ref attention, goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Velvet Sky retains the Knockouts title. Once again, a 4-star match. But then, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to an absolute banger of a match, I will say. TAJIRI, Jeff Hardy.
Oh yeah,
These two men, TAJIRI's been getting the mind of Jeff Hardy, and in this match, Matt Hardy's actually the ref. So this really makes it where TAJIRI has the disadvantage. But could it work, though, in his favor? Well, the match would start, okay? Good 18 minutes these guys go at, okay? Like, right, not even when the bell rings. Before Matt could even get the bell to ring, Jeff slides in and starts wailing on TAJIRI, and he has to ring the bell, Now, Matt Hardy said he's going to keep it fair to both men, but, he's going to probably look out for his brother, obviously. They're going to give it their all, Big high offense moves, whisper in the wind at one point. TAJIRI will hit a beautiful, roundhouse kick at some points, good pinfalls. But he's also playing the mind games as well. Like, he's going to look to try to expose a turnbuckle. But Matt stops him. But Jeff Sting comes in, almost hits his brother. TAJIRI would take advantage, doing some big moves. But ending goes as follows. Jeff is looking for a swanton. He's looking for a twist of fate. TAJIRI pushes him off, almost running into his brother. And as he turns around, TAJIRI goes for the mist. Jeff moves out the way, and he missed Matt Hardy. He hits the mist on Matt Hardy, blinding him. He's like, oh, what the hell? Trying to clean his face. TAJIRI turns around, gets caught with a twist of fate. Jeff goes up, hits a swanton, covers TAJIRI, but Matt Hardy still is trying to clear his face. Jeff Hardy notices it, because he pretty much looks like he's got a 3 count, obviously. But Jeff Hardy would get off the pin. He would check on his brother. He's like, "Hey, man, I was trying to go for a pin. Come on. He's like, "Okay." And he's almost done clearing his eye, but as Jeff Hardy's trying to take advantage again, trying to look for another twist of fate, TAJIRI loads up another mist, lays it in onto Jeff Hardy, blinding him, lines up, buzzsaw kick. He covers him. Matt thinks it's Jeff going for the pin. Matt counts it. 1, 2, 3. TAJIRI pins Jeff Hardy in this match. And afterwards, he hears the music. Matt Hardy's like, "Huh?" He finally has his eyes cleared and knows that it was TAJIRI that got the win. And he's beyond himself, Jeff Hardy gets his eyes clean. Matt Hardy tries to help him, but Jeff just pushes him away, kind of, like a little upset at his brother, saying, "I had the match won. Why weren't you there?" And he was like, "Bro, I was blind. How the hell would I have told, But hey, you know what? They get out of here, but TAJIRI sneaks away a win, proving that Jeff might need his brother, Andy. He might need his brother.
He might. I think he does, if you ask me.
But, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event. The beast, the animal of TNA, the head honcho, your TNA World Champion, Samoa Joe, Batista, the beast, animal, going at it for the title one-on-one. This would be a 25-minute banger main event. Both men. When you imagine Batista and Joe, these boys are swinging. All right. Big moves, high offense. Joe hits a beautiful suicide dive on Batista at one point. Batista try to go for like a dive at one point. Joe just walks away, because normal nonchalant, like, get the fuck out of here, Batista also goes for a nice running close on the corner. Joe would catch him and say, "Sit your ass down," dropping him with that Uranagi into a senton. But Batista would get his offense in, hitting a beautiful spine buster at that point. And he would actually, spear Samoa Joe through the barricade at one point. They would come back in at a 9 count. Offense everywhere. But the match endings as Joe clears the announce table on the outside. He's looking to put this man away. And he's got Batista on the table. They're at a count of 4 right now. And he tells Batista, "I run TNA. I'm the head honcho. I am this company." And Batista just fights him off, as they're on the announce table. And oh my God, Batista catches him, gets him up. Batista bombs him through that announce table. My God. Gets him in the ring, goes for the cover. Joe kicks out at 2.9. Batista is like what the fuck? What else do I got to do, man? He knows what he's got to do. He takes him up to the top rope. He's looking for a top rope Batista bomb. But Joe fights out of it. He gets off the turnbuckle and gets a nice... Actually, he hits a super kick on Batista up there. Like as he knocked his head down, he kicks him. And he grabs him. Muscle buster. But he's not done. He picks him up again. Another muscle buster. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. No! Batista somehow, some way. The endurance kicked out. My God. These men are going at it. These guys are fighting. Joe is livid. So he lines up for another muscle buster. But Batista, with the heart and soul behind him, fights out of it. And he grabs Joe onto that top rope with him. He gets him. And he top ropes avalanche Batista bomb. goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Batista is your TNA World Champion.
Ignore
now,
that.
I know it says Joe, but in the actual original footage, accidentally, Andy clicked the wrong one. But it's okay. It's fine. Batista. It's supposed to be Batista 1. Batista celebrating. Like, he's finally done it, guys. He is on top of the mountain. He finally achieved his dream, Andy. He is the champion.
He is indeed.
He's celebrating, confetti comes down. Oh my God! Cody Rhodes whacks him from behind with the briefcase. Cody Rhodes won the world title briefcase earlier tonight in the Feast or Fired match. He whacks him with it. Batista's like hurt. Like, you gotta remember, Batista just went through hell in this match. He whacks him, like I said, and he lays in on him. He then grabs Batista, crossroads him on that briefcase. He picks up the dented briefcase. He looks at the ref. I'm cashing in my briefcase. Oh my God, Andy, no, not like this. Not now. Not now. The ref can't stop it. He has to ring the bell. Batista's barely getting up from the corner. Cody just grabs him again. Crossroads him. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes is the winner of the world title at the end of Genesis, guys. He has cashed in the briefcase he won tonight. He has cashed in the same night, and pretty much the nightmare of TNA is now your TNA World Champion. And that is how we ended the show, guys. But like always, that's not where we're ending. We got more action to come.
And now, guys, we give you guys Andy and Brax from the past. So you're going to have to deal with a little bit of shitty audio, but we apologize.
And like I said, guys, the next upcoming episode's audio, much more crispier.
Oh, 100%, guys. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys. I can't wait. But thank you guys for tuning in to TNA Genesis. We'll pass it on to our past selves now. Ciao, ciao.
My God. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. Oh no, not another infighting. No, we can't be having this. Oh my God. Oh no. Why can't these people be like, yeah, she doesn't. That's a good question. And honestly, the way it's looking, it's gonna be like that for a while. They move on. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, he is indeed. Oh no. Okay, okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. Holy shit. You love to say it. No way. No way he's doing this. No way he's doing that. Oh my god. What? Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. My bad. My bad. It went over my head. My oh my. My oh my. Oh my. Yes, he is. Yes, he is indeed. Yeah, we are. Wow. Holy cinema. What a show, indeed. Look at that. Oh, oh no, yeah. That is true. So there's something beautiful about Genesis. That's the beginning of it. Era of a nightmare in. Thank you guys for tuning into this. We'll catch you in just a few seconds as we head to Camino de Reyes. Well, a los Reyes, which is path to the kings. Thank you all. And we've made it to Camino a los Reyes. We're gonna kick things off with a little pre-show action here as Io Shirai is taking on Awesome Kong. This match is gonna be a good 10-minute back and forth. You know, Awesome Kong trying to showcase her dominance and within her strength, but Io Shirai showcasing her whole agility, the technical prowess that she holds within these roles. You know, she is the genius of the sky for a reason. In the end, Awesome Kong's gonna try to superplex Shirai, but Shirai's gonna uppercut her, taking her out, taking Kong out, and hits the over the moonsault for the victory. Nice little banger. Indeed, indeed. And here we go. We're hyping up, you know, our next events as well. Don't forget, we have Festival Mundial de Lucha Libre, which is pretty much the celebration of Lucha Libre. And it's guaranteed to celebrate the tradition that we hold. We move on. First match of the night is going to be a chairs match between Brody Lee and Buddy Murphy. You know, these two are 1-for-1 on each other. They're settling a tiebreaker tonight. This match is going to be all over the place. They're going to use chairs for everything. The whole ring at a point is filled with chairs. And the match will contain a few moments in which Brody Lee hits a spinning side slam onto two stacked chairs that are like set up. So Murphy goes spine first, only for a 2 count. Murphy blocks, pretty much bashes Lee in the head with a devastating chair shot, having Lee hang on the middle rope and connects with a nice bicycle knee, only for a 2 count. And so these two cannot take each other out, even with the weapons involved. And so in the final moments, Murphy has a pool of chairs in the center of the ring, and he's looking to powerbomb Brody Lee. Brody Lee gets out of the powerbomb. He doesn't. He has him pretty much set up for the Alabama slam, but instead of Alabama slamming him, he just has him up, and he starts swinging him around. And then he lets go of Buddy Murphy, and Buddy Murphy's a little staggered. Brody Lee goes for a big move, but Murphy, playing off of the staggerness, moves out the way. Lee gets caught onto the rope, and Murphy with the nice German suplex, taking Brody Lee onto the opposite side where the stack of chairs are. And then Buddy Murphy gets Brody Lee in a nice fireman's carry and goes for a nice, pretty much hoists him up and slams him onto the chair pile. And then Brody Lee's trying to recuperate, but Buddy Murphy does not wait, does not hesitate, connects with a sliding knee to the head, and then he connects beautifully. It takes him out. He's not done. He hoists up Brody Lee, showcasing the strength Buddy Murphy has, and connects with the Yokosuka cutter, picking up the victory. Damn! Rex, what are your thoughts? Indeed. My goodness. My goodness. We move on. This match is a contendership. We will have another Fatal 4-Way later tonight, but this is part 1. And in this match, the winner will face the other winner of the Fatal 4-Way next week, deciding who is challenging for the Latin American title. Who has next? It could be, in this case, it might be after Samurai gets his rematch if he loses the title, or at Festival Mundial de Lucha Libre if Samurai retains. And so this match is going to be all over the place. These men have been wanting to prove themselves. These men have been wanting a shot at gold, and they've been trying to prove themselves. It's going to be, these men are going to all have time to shine. In the end, William Regal gets taken out by Mystico as he gets a Spanish fly onto the announce table. It's down to Psycho Circus and Dolph Ziggler. Psycho Clown, my bad, not Psycho Circus. But Psycho Clown gets a nice snap Death Valley Driver, pretty much hoists him up and then drops him right away. But he realizes that's not it. So he gets him up. He does a little airplane spin, and as he's about to drop him, Ziggler gets out of it, connects with the Famouser, and then Psycho Clown gets right back up and connects. And Ziggler connects with the zigzag. But as he's about to pin him, Mystico springboards on, Hurricane Rana to Ziggler, takes him out, and then connects with a Mystica, which is the tilt world Fujiwara armbar, making Ziggler tap out. What are your thoughts? That is true. That is true indeed, and we've seen it time and time again. And lately, he's been proving it too. So we move on. We got our Cruiserweight Championship on the line as Axel Dieter Jr. takes on Prince Puma. This match is going to be exactly what you expect. Two bad guys trying to outbad the other. In this one, though, oh my god, pretty much that's the vibe this match gives you, you know. However, it's Axel Dieter that has the support of the fans tonight. You know, they want to see him win. They want to see the young kid prove himself. And in this match, they're going to go back and forth. We're going to see Axel Dieter connect with the few running into Gary's only for 2 counts. And then Prince Puma is going to connect with a few diving moves. And then, however, Axel Dieter has his knees up as Puma tries to go for 630, middle of the match, taking him out. Then he connects with the running Enziguri to the face this time. Pretty much knocking out Prince Puma, but he gets it back up. He gets it back up and he hits a nice Regal style suplex on a Puma. He has to cover 1, 2, but the ref gets pulled out thanks to Conan. Oh my god. That damn son of a bitch. And then Conan's trying to, justify himself. He's like, oh, no, it was an accident. It was an accident. I was, and then, the referee's like, I had enough of you. You're out of here. And the crowd's cheering. And, they're cussing him out. They're cussing Conan out in Spanish. You call him a bitch and call him a dumbass. Pretty much, they're all glad he's left. He's leaving. And he's like, the future of this match will be without Conan. And then, you know, Axel Dieter's a little too happy about it. But while he's distracted with that, Prince Puma is exposing a turnbuckle. And, he's like staggering. He's leaning on it, waiting to see if Axel Dieter falls for it. And Axel Dieter indeed falls for it. And he charges, looking for a nice splash, but gets caught in the chest. And then Prince Puma connects with a vertigo and picks up the victory. My oh my. Hey man, Mark Andrew is an exhibition champion. Oh my god. Oh oh my. But we move on, and it's the second fatal 4-way here. As Mystico has won the first one. He's sitting here on ringside. He's not on commentary. He's just watching this match, trying to see who could be next, or who he's facing, or pretty much who's standing in front of him. Who's going to stand in front of him as he tries to win the Latin American title. JBL and Big Show, Big Show, they're fighting it out. And then Big Show threatens to punch the living hell out of JBL, but JBL slides out. And he hides behind Mystico. And Mystico's like, no, you're getting your bitch ass back in there. But instead, JBL runs away. He's escaping, He's like, I want nothing to do with this. He runs away. Mid-match, he runs away. So it seems like it's just down to Big Show, Mysterio, and Daniels. In this match, Mysterio and Big Show have a past of being allies together, but they also have a history in which Big Show has beat the living hell out of Mysterio. But this time, they go at a friendly competition style, and Christopher Daniels is there too. We're going to see Mysterio avoid a chokeslam by the Big Show by, drop kicking the knee and then sending him to the ropes, hitting the 619 out of the Big Show. Then Christopher Daniels goes for the best moonsault ever onto the Big Show. And then Mysterio goes for a nice West Coast pop onto Christopher Daniels. He thinks he's got the win here. But out of nowhere, JBL slides back into a clothesline from hell on a Rey Mysterio, and he picks up the victory. Oh my god. 5-star, oh my goodness, you love to see it. You love to see it. 5-star match of the night. First 5-star match of the night. Can we get more? Lord knows. But JBL and Mystico have a stare down. And they pretty much say, hey, I'm gonna win. JBL's like, no, that's gonna be me. We move on right along. Oh, Braxton, look who's out here. Look who's out here. Yeah, the studded belt, bro. Oh, that's so real. This match is to determine the number one contenders for the tag team championships. And La Dinastía Dorada have been crowd favorites lately since they started teaming together. And they're trying to rack up another victory. Los Guapos are trying to get back on track, and Psycho Circus, they're trying to reclaim the glory they once had as tag team champions. They were the inaugural champions here. And so, this match is going to be a chaotic event. In the closing moments, though, the Psycho Circus have been taken out by La Dinastía Dorada. So it's down to the last 3 teams. And Los Guapos get rid of La Dinastía Dorada with a broken mirror to both members. And then Los Lucha Bros come in and take advantage of the fact that the Los Guapos are distracted. They connect with double Canadian Mexican destroyers in this case, to Los Guapos. And then they hit the Fear Factor package pile drive, Fear Factor foot stomp combo on Matias Wild. And Los Lucha Bros are challenging for the tag titles next. Yeah, for sure. Just rewind the clip. So that's what happened. It's a sad day to be a Los Guapos fan, but we must move on. We don't have the tag team championships on the line as the Hurt Mafia. Shane Taylor and Shelton Benjamin take on Ann Gulak. They they are indeed. They're joining us for commentary. As they're watching this match with precision. They remain stoic about it. They're ignoring us. They're just analyzing both teams. And in this match, right off the get-go, the match begins and Shelton Benjamin hits a pater on a Drew Gulak. The match begins and Shelton Benjamin just made a mockery. He's like, that's for the slime. He tags in Shane Taylor. He's like, I'm gonna chokeslam his ass. But as he's trying to go for it, Drew Gulak just he can't, he's making himself heavy, And then he's she's trying to crawl away from Shane Taylor to get to Kurt Angle. But he gets he gets pulled back and then gets slammed with a nice little body slam. And then he brings Kurt Angle in. He does a hip toss, and then they start beating up Kurt Angle. Shelton Benjamin joins in. It's a nice German suplex on an Angle. That must piss them off. Kurt Angle rolls out of the ring, and they're beating up on Gulak. And then they try to hit their tag finisher, but no, Drew Gulak's evading them as much as he can. Shelton Benjamin being the legal man now. And then he keep beating him up. And then Drew Gulak hits a Southern Light suplex. It's on a Shelton Benjamin, creating a little room for air. And he's crawling. Shelton Benjamin is able to tag Shane Taylor. And Drew Gulak tags in Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle is all over the place. Suplex to Taylor. He holds on. Another one. And he goes on 10 suplexes in a row. Back to back. And then, just as we think Kurt Angle calling himself, no. He springs up the top rope, hits a moonsault on a Shane Taylor. He's all over the place. And then he locks in the ankle lock. And it's not enough for Shane Taylor as he pushes his leg. And pretty much Angle's taken away by the size of Shane Taylor and the strength of him. And so he tries to close on him, but it makes no effect. Then he tries to go again, but this time Shane Taylor pops him up and slams him, chokeslam style. And then he's like, I'm gonna tag your little partner in. And then he tries, but no. Shelton Benjamin pulls down Drew Gulak on ringside, hits a super kick, and then hits the exploder suplex that he so loves to hit. And then it's just down to Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's on his own. He's trying to fend for himself. He hits an angle slam on a Shane Taylor, but Shelton Benjamin breaks it up. And then Angle's trying to take care of Benjamin, but it's no work as he super kicks Angle. And Angle's down. Shane Taylor tags in Shelton Benjamin. Electric chair to Kurt Angle. Drops him. Taker midair. 1, 2, 3. The Hurt Mafia remain tag team champions. My oh my indeed. My oh my indeed. And they're celebrating and they walk out. They're not. They don't acknowledge their challengers, but then they look back and they raise the titles up. They're like, you can be related. You can have a good bond. It don't matter. Hurt Mafia in one. But we move on. And so this match, Joe Hennig finally gets his his last man standing against Prince Devitt. This match is going to be all over the place. We end up in the crowd for a bit. These men are using replica titles to hit each other. And, they hand them back to their owners respectfully. And then Joe Hennig hits a few perfect plexes onto the outside, but it's not enough. And then Devitt gets back up. He's trying to find himself back to his feet. At the count of 7. And then Joe Hennig hits a nice running swinging neck breaker at Devitt. And then he wipes out this nice table He wipes it off, and he's ready to drop Balor, drop Devitt. But as he picks him up, Devitt just drops back down. What the hell's going on? He does it again. Devitt drops back down. The lights go out. You hear a heartbeat. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Joe Hennig's scared. Joe Hennig is scared. The lights come back out. Devitt's no longer down there. What the hell? And Joe Hennig looks up. And Devitt is at the top of the railing. He hits a coup de grace onto the head of Joe Hennig. Oh my god. And then it's a 1916 onto a table. And Devitt pulses off as he wins. Oh my goodness. You love to see it. Wow. I honestly agree. Devitt might be next in line after what we just witnessed. Especially after his performance. Joe Hennig should not be mad at himself. He was pretty close tonight. He was pretty close until he realized he picked a fight with a demon. We move on. The Latin American Championship on the line. Bobby Lashley, Samurai del Sol, and MVP as the referee. This match is gonna be a quick match. Actually, it's gonna be 10 minutes max. It's gonna be quick paced. Off the get-go, Lashley hits a spear on a Samurai del Sol, but only gets a 2 count. MVP's being a partial referee. Lashley's like, you're trying to screw me over, huh? MVP's like, I said I was gonna be impartial. I told you. And Bobby Lashley's he's like, I'm not trying to beat your ass again. And then Samurai del Sol rolls him up for a 2 count and then connects with a nice rolling enziguri on a Lashley. Things get sent to the outside. Samurai del Sol with a nice tope con hilo, taking out Lashley, sends him back in, goes for 450 splash, but Lashley gets the knees up. And then Lashley hits a nice power slam, and then charges for the spear again. And then Samurai del Sol's trying to get back up to his feet. But as Lashley's going for it, Samurai del Sol leaps over and connects with a sunset flip powerbomb for a 2 count on a Lashley. My goodness. And then Samurai goes up again. He's waiting for Lashley to get back up. What's going on? He goes for a moonsault, but no, Lashley spares him in half. 1, 2, Samurai kicks out. How is this happening? And then the fighting spirit of the champion, the Samurai, keeps fighting. And then Lashley setting up for another spear. But as he's going for it, he's charging. But Samurai del Sol doesn't seem well. MVP's checking on him. He's like, hold on. And then Lashley's a little mad. He's like, come on, man. Freaking kidding me? And he pushes MVP. He's like, come on, man. A win for me is a win for us. And he's like, he might get hurt. And we don't want that. And then he's like, it's what we do. It's what we do. It's what we're about. And MVP's like, no, it's not. And then Bobby Lashley pushes him again. This time MVP does not care. He gets a nice play of the day, which is his version of the play of the painter on a Bobby Lashley. What? And then he hits a playmaker on him. and he places the groggy body of Samurai del Sol over him. 1, 2, 3. Samurai del Sol retains. Thanks to MVP. And Lashley's getting back up. He's like, what was that for? Trying to teach you a lesson. He's like, fuck you, fuck your lessons. And Lashley starts beating him up. Oh my goodness. Bobby Lashley beats him up. What the hell? He has snapped, and he is taking it all out on him. And he's not waiting. He hits a Dominator, standing over MVP. I am the true leader, the Hurt Mafia, not you. My goodness. Braxton, what did we just witness? I have no idea. But my goodness, do we have to figure what happens? And I'm hoping we get answers next week. We move on. Reina the Reinas title's on the line. Michelle McCool is trying to prove herself. Again, she's not had the best build-up when it comes to this. She's been getting taken out. If anything, he's coming in as the underdog. It it is indeed. It is indeed. And Michelle McCool, the match starts right off the bat. Kana with the nice running, you know, shining wizard off the get-go on Michelle McCool. She's ambushing her. She takes her out, sends her to the barricade. She's attacking her. She doesn't want another month of Michelle McCool, not another day, not another week of Michelle McCool being the Reina the Reinas champion. And then once she's done, Syuri, Candice LeRae are like having a nice friendly battle here, which ends with Syuri with a nice spinning backfist on LeRae, taking her out. And then she logs in a Dragon Sleeper. Candice LeRae has nowhere to go. She has nowhere to go. And Michelle McCool is back, and she breaks it up. And then these 4 women start brawling. And then, in the end, Kana gets a little distance, and she's waiting for the right moment. I wonder why. They all turn to look at her, and she missed all 3 women. Buzzsaw kick to McCool, buzzsaw kick to Syuri, buzzsaw kick to Candice LeRae. Michelle McCool's Kana realizes Michelle McCool's the only one in the ring. And what does she do? Kana lock is in. The Kana lock is in. Michelle McCool has nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Michelle McCool is not tapping out. She is not tapping out. She's not losing the title like that. She's fading. The ref picks up the arm. 1, 2, 3. Kana is the new Reina, the Reinas champion. Oh my goodness. Finally. I don't want to say finally. I don't think that's the right word, but Michelle McCool's finally been dethroned. Oh my, oh my. And we move on to the main events. The last match of the night. I Dave, what the? You can come on right now. Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm muted right now. It's all good. Plus, I can just edit this out. It's no big deal, dude. You're all good. So that even right on came in, I was like, shit. I fucking muted the fucking. Yeah. Alright. Once you get situated. Yeah. In this match, these two men have been wanting just to end each other. But Judas Mesias knew what path to take, and it was the barbed wire massacre. I feel like he has the advantage here, being a challenger, making a stipulation, having this match before. Malakai Black goes in, he's ready for Judas Mesias. The match begins. Right off the bat, Mesias tries to go for a dagger through the heart, but Malakai moves out the way, making Mesias crash through a barbed wire door. Oh my goodness. We're already witnessing bleeding within the first 5 seconds of this match. Braxton, we might need more protection. Get a freaking knight's armor. Get whatever we need, because my oh god. You know what? That'll do. I found some foil, aluminum foil under the announce table. I think we need a hat as well on top of the helmet. You never know. But these men end up going back and forth, and then we see Chimera and Jake Roberts in the middle of the ring, while these two are out, while Malakai and Mesias are out, and then they start brawling with each other. What? Chimera and Jake Roberts are battling each other out, and then and now these men are fighting, and then Chimera's trying to push Roberts into the barbed wire ropes, but it's not working. He has no strength over Jake Roberts. If anything, Roberts hits a nice arm wrench clothesline, but he does not let go. He holds on, hits a DDT on the Chimera, and he drags him outside. And he's like, "Just focus on him," he says to Malakai. Malakai's ready. He's gonna go for it. He gets back up before Mesias, and he has the DDT hold in. And as soon as he's about to drop, Mesias hits the Northern Lights suplex, and then he gets him up, hits a brain buster. My goodness. Judas Mesias is measuring him. He wants to go for that dagger through the heart. And then he charges, he hits, no, DDT spikes Mesias onto the barbed wire. Oh my goodness. He covers him. 1, 2, 3. Judas Mesias gets out. Braxton, I think we need more bubble wrap, my guy. Thank you. We might have to cuddle here, and I don't mind it. But, what? But these men are battling each other, and then Malakai's trying to set up for that black mass. He has a foot on the head of Mesias. He's trying to get him back up, and then he hoists him up with his foot. He goes for it, but no, Mesias dodges it. He charges barbed wire ropes. He forgot for a second, but he pushes through. Dagger through the heart connects. But both men are out. Both men are out. But Mesias gets back up, and he gets back up slowly but surely, and he gets Malakai up. And he drops him with a flatliner. And then the Fleet doesn't even cover him. No. What is he doing? What's he doing? He's in the middle of the ring, posing. And then he's doing, I don't know what he's doing, but he has Malakai in a DDT hole. What the hell is going on? Malakai's already out. You can win already. You're going to let him take advantage of this. But no, he drops Malakai with a DDT of his own. He covers him. 1, 2, 3. We have a new AAA Mega Champion. Oh my goodness. We just witnessed a war. We just witnessed a war. Yeah. And Malakai's falling out the ring. And Mesias is celebrating. And he goes, suddenly, you hear a bunch of cheering, which is interesting. Because they usually root this guy. What's going on? Pagano is back with the barbed wire bat. And he's beating up Judas Mesias. What? And he's back. And he lays him out. He hits the Death Valley driver onto the barbed wire board that was left standing. And he holds up the AAA Mega Championship. Braxton, what the fuck? And he, indeed, and it looks like we might get. Oh, that's fine. Oh, okay. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh, that's valid. Oh, we got an Indian talent. And Lashley turned face, world champion indeed. It seems like we are. Indeed. All these negative connotations. Oh my goodness. We end off. How do we do? Fuck Egypt. Oh my god. I think they did. Now who won it? I, let's see what's going on. Yeah. Oh, oh, you know, Daniel Sims. Of course. Yeah. New Japan. Oh, Wrestle Kingdom also happened. Oh my god. Undertaker and Shinsuke? Yeah. Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, fuck New Japan indeed. I'll see you guys next week. Same time, same channel. Ciao, ciao.